Okay guys, welcome. We are going today to talk about, today we're going to talk about the American brainwashing, the American brainwashed idea of confidence, religion. Religion has brainwashed us 4,000 years ago and exported things that were yours. They've stolen something from you. Before religion came along, before the cult of Christianity, of Judaism, of Catholicism came along and exported things that are yours by birth, by being a human, by being alive. These things are yours. The church stole those from you and set those things outside. In doing so, you have become a slave. You have become domesticated. When you domesticate an animal, including a human being, we lose about 23% of intelligence, but it's very specific. We're not just 23% low. The remaining intelligence is now prioritized to servitude. All of our ideas, all of the things that should be empowered are now exported, and now we're begging for those things from another source. This makes us fantastic consumers. Before, if you wanted a girlfriend, you'd walk out the door and say, "Hey chick, are you single? Because I need a wife up in here." And if she said, "Hey, I'm already with somebody, I already got a husband over there," then you would say, "Hey, they're in America, there's 341 million humans, and so, we got 170,500 females, 170 some million females. Can you help me find one? Is there one here? I like a girl with a fat ass. Just a kind of reliable person with a vagina and a fat ass. Is there anything like that available around here? Do any of your friends or family members? This would be the negotiation. You'd walk down the street and say, "Hey, that chick's going to check around, but do you know anybody? Do you know a female? I want a person that's got a fat ass, pretty reliable, and a vagina. Those are my qualifications." That's, you might not get that in a day, but probably in a couple of weeks' time, you're going to find somebody with a fat ass and a vagina. That's not a tall list. Versus you going to a box. You're now going to tell this guy inside of the box, "Hey, can you communicate with the wish genie in the sky? I want a wife and I don't have a wife. Oh, this is so, woe is me, I don't have can you scream and holler and dance around? Let's sing some songs. Let's hold each other's hands and talk about the problem of the wife that doesn't exist. She's not here, she doesn't exist. I've been waiting 50 some years and I'm still single. I'm staying single, and so I'm easy prey for crappy single ladies. Single ladies that don't have a fat ass and aren't reliable are going, "Hey, I'm a pile of crap, but this guy's perpetually single. Let me go fuck up his life." You're a target. Instead of finding that girl right out of the gate, you're leaving yourself available and open to being a target for these horrible, horrible females that don't have a mate because they're in the street looking for a mate because they're just horrible, horrible human beings. That good girl's in the house. How do you get that good girl out of the house? Well, you go talk to the first girl you see outside and say, "Hey, there's no good girls in the street. These are crap. I'm looking for a good girl that's in the house working with mom and dad. I don't want a party girl with her boobs hanging out in a restaurant. That girl's already had every guy in the city, and every guy in the city said, hey, no thank you. You're a mess. I need a good girl. Can you help me find one? Done. 10 minutes. 1 week, 1 month, whatever. It's not painful to knowing, hey, I'm on it. It's painful to go, hey, I've been waiting for years for this external shit God character to grant me health, wealth, job, marriage, children. I'm just waiting, and I'm praying and I'm praying and I'm praying. I don't have any food. I don't know why I don't have any food. I've been praying and praying and praying for food. And of course, before the church brainwashed you, before this cult inducted you and destroyed your life, removed 23% of your intelligence, all you did was put seeds in the ground. We're buying food already. They've got seeds inside the food. We just put the seeds in the ground. Instead of buying a chicken and eating that chicken, we'd buy 2 chickens, and we just keep those chickens at our house. And those 2 chickens would just make endless chickens. Endless free chickens. Now we've got these couple of huge companies, and they're making all of the free chickens and then selling them to you for too much money. And you guys are saying, hey, these chickens are too much money. And everybody, Appalachians are going, what the fuck are you talking about? Chickens just come out of other chickens for free. You don't do anything. You don't have to, there's nothing to do. You don't take part in it. You just let them make free chickens for you. 1 chicken makes 10 chickens at a time. Then they run around and eat leaves and ants and shit like that. And now you've got 10 big chickens, and pretty soon you either have to kill some chickens or you're going to be sleeping underneath a pile of fucking chickens. Wow. That's my weapon right there. This is all a system, guys. This is all a circle, and this guy super fits in. He's training how to become a killer. He's training how to become a cute little killer in here because he's got to take care of the mice, the rats. God damn, the rats are big down here. They'll get you. All right, back to the idea of this exported confidence, or these exported gifts. How are you staying enslaved? Let's imagine there's a guy walking down the street and he's got 2 beautiful chicks. They're Americans, they're probably not that beautiful, but let's imagine he's got 2 chicks, blonde, the height that you like, the body type you like. He's got 2 of them, and you're walking down the street going, what the French? Toast? That guy's mom must have liked him a bunch. He's got a bunch of confidence. This American brainwashing idea, shit idea of confidence. If I had the confidence to talk to females, then I'd have the females. The other guy gets the females. Let's talk about why the other guy got the females. We have 341 million zombies. We're not saying anything negative here. Stupid zombies. We're not putting any connotations on there. There is no morality in genetics. This is only mathematics. If there's not enough plants and animals where you live, your body says, oh fuck, we're about to salt the earth. There's no plants and animals here. We can't make more human beings. We need to get inside of the soil. Now your body is making a plan to get into the soil, but it's not telling you about it. This is an automated system. Now, these 2 chicks are seeing this dude that probably has some obvious traits that are saying, I'm deformed. My children are going to be deformed. I've got allergies, I've got temper problems, I've got depression, I'm barely capable of operating this life. You're going, goddamn, I work so hard. Look at this loser, bad temper, doesn't even have a job, got 2 girlfriends, and the girls are going, no job, bad temper, allergies, no chin. Wow, give me some of that. They're drooling at the mouth because they're saying, hey, I don't know why, I wish I was attracted to a regular, normal, stable guy, but that's not what I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to a tough guy. I need somebody that protects me. That's what the left half is hearing. The right half is telling the left half that. However, the right half's actual plan is, I'm going to get murdered by this dude. I'm going to get inside of the soil by pissing off this dude that is mentally unstable. There you are, good guy. I'm going to piss off this dude. Me and this chick are going to piss off this dude 100 times until he stabs us to fucking death. That's the plan. That guy doesn't have a big wiener. He does not have more self-confidence. His mother didn't pat him on the head a whole lot of times. Those 2 gals' bodies, right hemispheres, are making a plan to get them into the soil as quickly as possible. We cannot trust our motives when we're zombies, nice people. You're saying, I'm going to go work out. And your body's saying, oh, working out is so difficult. I just talked to a girl while I was buying meat. That was a beautiful young lady that was hitting on me, asking if I had a wife at the house. And she said she saw me on the bicycle. And, hey, nice. And I said, do you like exercise? And she says, well, I'll tell you the funny thing about me. If I do exercise for 5 minutes, my body hurts the next day. In other words, she has a human body, but the right hemisphere is telling the left hemisphere, there's something wrong with my particular body. When I exercise, the next day it hurts. Go figure. And of course I didn't say, hey, everybody hurts the first day. You just keep doing it and pretty soon you get a bunch of cool endorphins because this young lady is dead. She's got no butt. She's got no lips. She's went to a school that had no human energies inside of it, and now she's died the first death. Her body's trying to get her in the soil. That young lady goes to my house, she's just going to start fighting. We have to use our genetics as a language and receive these words. Nice people, receive these words. The body is speaking to you. If we took the exact same female and put her in a place of abundance, all of a sudden the body would express, hey, get over here, dude. I'm not going to fight with anybody. All I want is making kids. However, as long as that young lady is in schools, churches, discotheques, homes where there's no species-specific energies for that particular species, her body is going to say, I will fight with you. Man's lips, man's butts, man's eyes, man's height, man's hands, more important than anything, man personality. We're going to have 2 people trying to fight for the same position in a family, where normally we have no power struggle. In living people, we have no power struggle. A dead female is going to say, I'm going to be the one that's in charge, where a live male isn't saying, I'm going to be the one that's in charge. quite frankly, in most animals, including humans, if a female is in the house, what it would look like if we studied this is that the female were the alpha of the relationship, as she's dictating what she needs, and the man is going to just go get that stuff. In a trad wife, for millions of years, a traditional wife situation, it would kind of, if we were studying without having these feminist, lesbian connotations already applied, if we just studied studied humanity in its natural setting, what would it look like? It would very much look like that chick was the boss. Right? You don't have a dude sitting on his ass saying, hey, bring me food. You have a female at the house that is saying, hey, you're going to go and you're going to get meat, you're going to get gasoline, you're going to get vehicles, you're going to get housing, you're going to get this stuff to repair this house, you're taking care of me. And maybe at some point, she's fixed some food and he gets to sit down and get in on dinner or something like that. But the idea that a traditional relationship is a guy sitting down waiting for a girl to do stuff. That's a huge misrepresentation. There was this idea in wolves that we had an alpha wolf, but what we found was the wolves they studied were in captive. They were dead wolves. And so they were fighting to figure out who was going to be the top wolf. As we see in the experiment, Universe 25, they would have just fought to the death. If we'd have left them in the enclosure, the animals have a switch, same as humans, and then we see these dogs in first death. When they finally went and viewed, studied wolves in nature, we found that, the hierarchy was wolves really didn't spend any time with each other. The hierarchy turned out to just be a family. These guys just went and had their own areas and had a family. They weren't fighting to say, this is my territory. They just naturally, they marked their little area, and everybody stayed to their own area. And so our hierarchy, no one in nature, where we have sufficient species-specific energy and a wolf life cycle, there's an abundance. We don't have zombie wolves. We don't have this hierarchy of males jockeying for who's going to be the alpha at all. They don't interact. They don't have a problem with each other. They just spend time in their own area. And the hierarchy in the family is that it kind of looks like there's a partnership more than an alpha or a top person in the family. But for most of the time, if anybody were the boss of things, it's the female, because the male is going out and getting whatever she needs. She's making the list, the honeydew list, and he's doing all of the stuff. For us, a female might actually be at the house cooking the stuff that she requested the male go get. Hey, you get the job, then you get the car, then you get the gasoline, then you get the this, then you get the this, then you bring home the list of stuff, then I'll mix it. Then you get to sit down. So it's actually a reversal of the idea of this slave female in the house. Anybody can choose to do anything they want to, of course, but hey, big guy, we got to get you. I already ordered one of those hanging toys because he's getting to the place where he wants to attack, and that's what I need him to do. But my hand isn't the right one. I want to keep these fingers, goddammit. So cute, though. We're not seeing any of that, though. what we're seeing in humans. Before the 1950s, when we did this, 1940s we had Victory Gardens. We had a Victory Garden in the White House. The U.S. government was telling everybody, support your country, be a patriot, have a Victory Garden in your house. We're all fighting this war together. And then right after the 1950s, these evil men that already had way too much money said, hey, if we do this to people, they'd switch into a state. They'd already studied this in the city and said, hey, when we do this to people, they consume to death. And now they're super profitable on two ends. They consume, they don't know when to stop eating, they just keep eating, so they just keep buying food. And then they need constant medical attention. So the people in the city are super profitable, and so they said, hey, let's take the people. Most of the people aren't living in a city at this time. And so they said, hey, let's take the people and change the lifestyle. Let's make it illegal for them to have plants and animals in their house. In your HOA, you're required to have 1 2-gallon plant, 3 3-gallon plants, and no less and no more than 2 5-gallon plants outside of your house. And none of them are allowed to have food in them. And of course, you're not allowed to have livestock, animals, rabbits, being kept to eat where you live. And this killed you. In first death, you just hear, exercise is hard. I don't know why, but I'm still hungry. I just ate and I'm still hungry. All living people are thin. Before the 1950s, everybody was just thin. Now we've got new YouTube videos every day saying, it's the chemicals, no, it's the sugar, no, it's the gasoline, no, it's the stuff in the air. And all of those things suck, for sure. None of them are good for us, but that's not what happened. There's a system inside of us that measures these things, and if they go away, the body says, oh fuck, we've gone and overpopulated, we've salted the earth, look, there's nothing growing here to eat, we certainly can't make more humans, and we need to die until we hit sustainability again. The plan is not for us to all just die or become bad people, murderous people. It's for us to urgently reduce the species until we hit sustainability, and then just to switch back. You don't just all turn into zombies and stay there. The idea is that we reduce the species really quick, and once we get to sustainability, the system switches back. Unfortunately, if you're living in a city that has zero of this growing, the body's not measuring dead things. It's only measuring living energies. Dead things are energy for yesterday, for today, but we haven't had refrigeration for the last billion years, so your body isn't saying, hey, it's okay, we've got all this energy in the fridge. It'll last for a week. We don't have that. Food that's left the tree, food, an edible animal that's dead, that food is spoiled in 24 hours. That's not food to make a child. That's not food to plan a future, beautiful people. Your body's actually not stupid or hateful. This is beautiful and necessary. These guys have just figured out, these corporations have just figured out how to trick your body into this super consumer mode. We can free ourselves, but it's going to be a little bit hard as long as you're living in the limits. I think it's 84% of new homes being sold in America have HOA. So you're paying some undisclosed crazy fee that's just going to go up and up and up, and they can just decide what you're going to do with your everything. And that's just not going to work. That's 84% of the new ones. That's not even mentioning, what's already existing. On one of my homes, they just put an HOA. They came around and said, hey, you have an HOA now, and they put it as a lien on your house. So if you tried to pay your house taxes, it came out first. Crazy. Not a great place to live right now. That's why I don't. We exported our ability to get a wife. This brainwashing is telling us that, it's confidence. What does that do to us? That turns this get a wife. That turns us our ability to get that job. If I had the confidence, I'd do a better job at a job interview, then I'd get the job, then I'd get the chick. It's exported. Now, how do we get that confidence? We're consuming. We're consuming. I don't have the confidence now. I'm too scared to go up and talk to the ladies, but if I buy the right car, the right bicycle, the right workout gear, the PX Pink Chai Tea, whatever, sit down workout video thing, and the right gym bag, and the right blender cup, and the right workout gloves, and everything. Now I'm going to get to the gym. I'm going to get buffed up. Now I'm going to get this confidence. I'm going to read that book. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to figure out how to either meditate my way into confidence or meditate my way into being happy without having any of the things that I'd like to have. And I'm just going to say, and I no longer want a wife. As long as I keep paying that guy to tell me that I'm this ace meditator or whatever. That was a weird sound. Sorry, guys. It sounded like somebody knocked on the door in here, but we have an outside gate and then two doors before, another gate, an interior gate, and two doors before you got there. But it sounded exactly like two knocks, right? That was freaky. I'm actually expecting people this afternoon as well. But there's nobody there, just two chickens. But the chickens aren't at this door, they're on an exterior. Crazy, right? But so we exported these ideas, and now we're just constantly waiting. And in waiting, we're just constantly consuming. I'm smoking too much, but I'm only smoking until I get that chick. But of course, the chick is going, gross, that dude smells, that dude's smoking. I don't want to be with I don't want to kiss a smoker. I don't want to smell a smoker. I don't want a guy that's going to die 20 years old early because he's smoking. The provider, you're going to attract a chick. You're just going to attract the wrong one. You're going to attract a chick you don't want in your goddamn house. You're going to attract a chick that wants death. You're going to attract a dead chick that is going to expect her death. And if she doesn't get it, she's going to blow up your life and find somebody that's actually trying to off themselves amazing people. This is just this constant waiting and constant consuming. I don't want to eat all this sugar, but I'm depressed because I don't have my wife. I'm only going to eat this sugar until I get the girl. But the girl is saying, hey, I don't want a fatty. I don't want somebody that doesn't have self-control. I don't want somebody whose genes are to be a fat person so that I have a child that's struggling with depression and obesity and every health problem that comes along with those things. It's never, ever going to work. There is no solution inside of first death. What we have to do is cause your body to come back to life. And then just walk out the front door. Once you restore all of these chemicals, right now, you're taking all of your microorganisms, 10 billion microorganisms leave you every time you poop. You're putting them into a water treatment plant. The water treatment plant is putting in forever chemicals, murdering 100% of those 10 billion microorganisms that are making your confidence, that are making your happiness, that are making your GLP-1 so that you're skinny and don't want food. You eat a little bit of food, you're content. So you go to a restaurant with somebody and you wolf down everything on the table and then go, I'm still hungry, I want more food. That person is going to go, geez Louise, what's wrong? What's going on here? We got a person that's genetically, you go to a restaurant, eat a little bit of food, and go, wow, that was amazing. I feel great now. I don't want anything else. I'm already good to go. Because you're making GLP-1s inside of your body, because you fostered these microorganisms, you're going to attract a live person. Not like that dude that's flipping off his lid all the time, depressed one moment and violent the next. That's going to attract a dead person that's going to expect death. If they don't get death, they burn your life to the ground and then go find another person that appears to be unbalanced and try to get him to finish this job. Nothing wrong with those two people. Their parents just were in the cult and are living this lifestyle of separating them from their beautiful life cycle. If you take those, that water now comes back to you with the forever chemicals inside of it. You drink them, murdering all the microorganisms inside of you. And you got no happiness to offer another person. You have no motivation to attract another person. You have no endorphins to go out and get some exercise and feel amazing and have somebody else see you. You've got two people. You've got a dead person that goes out for exercise. This is their face is screaming. This is so fucking hard. This is so painful. Then you got another person that doesn't even feel like they're exercising. They're just out enjoying the birds. Which one of those people are going to attract a healthy human, guys? Which one of those people is going to attract somebody that's going to build a life instead of burning that life to the ground? Guys, there's so much genetic information that you guys have been brainwashed out of seeing. If you see a person that looks elated while they're riding a bicycle up a hill, what? This is amazing. Instead of, this is so hard, this is so difficult. This is genetic communication. Genetics is a language that you've been separated from. For billions of years, we had this beautiful language where we could perceive everything that's going on with this person. And then these cults said, hey, the beauty's on the inside. Don't be a dick. She's beautiful inside. Her body is saying, hey, there's no space for the teeth. There's male lips, male butt. We've got a male aggressive personality. I will fight with you. That will be the defining quality of our relationship. And the church is saying, hey, her beauty is on the inside. And when this person has absolutely no interest in sex with a penis, because this is now a chemical male, the church, the cult, has had hundreds of years, thousands of years. They've got biblical verses saying, hey, don't hold yourself back from your husband. Don't, you have to rape yourself with this person 3 times a fucking day. Because they want more and more and more consumers inside of the cult. This is how they're making trillions of dollars. This is how they're systematically raping children and enjoying the freedom to continue doing this. They're consuming you like a herd, people. And the system has been set up to let them just keep doing this. A female that has no interest in sex, but is just allowing herself to have sex against her will 3 times a day for decades. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Nobody should be forcing themselves to do any fucking thing to make another person happy, no matter what some dumbass book says. Guys, everything you need is written down inside of your DNA. The teens are going nuts right now, teen takeovers. They're saying, hey, I don't know what it is, but something's been taken from me, god damn it. And I'm pissed. They got the right to be, guys. We put these microorganisms in the ground instead of the water treatment plant. Now, this guy turns sunlight into sugar. Amazing. I love this guy. I could just stare at this guy forever. These plants that grow up out of nothing, they've got their own DNA as complex as ours, know exactly what to grow, exactly what to do. They move around every day without a skeletal system, without muscles, without tendons, without human thought. That's supposed to be the greatest thing on the planet. They're making all these decisions, organizing this stuff. There's more sunlight over here than over there. There's more nutrients over there than over here. They're going to move the nutrients around. What? They're breaking down molecules, atoms. This shit is amazing, guys. This whole system, we're going, what, I'm looking at this and it's not doing anything for me. Because you got no serotonin, you got no GLP-1s. You can't feel contentment if you don't have microorganisms that make GLP-1s. This should blow your fucking mind. Everything that this guy's doing. He's turning sunlight into sugar. He's putting the sugar in the soil. When the poop meets the sugar in the soil, boom, we have a genesis. 10 billion microorganisms that left you that are doing amazing jobs inside of you now go into the soil. They explode into 100 trillion. Now we see massive health in the soil. You pick up this soil, it's going to be black as night. And you move it, you're going to say, man, it would take 1,000 times microscope to see what's actually happening, but it feels like this soil is alive. If you drop a piece of food, the soil is going to reach out, grab that food, and pull it down inside of you. Of course, it's the microorganisms that are doing the work, but that living soil is going to take your breath away. Now, these guys are going to take up. Your poop had calcium, magnesium, nitrogen, phosphorus, carbohydrate, protein, the microorganisms. All of that exploded into here. Now these guys, this is a circle. Everything this guy needed came out of you. You poop calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, nitrogen. These guys, that's exactly what these guys need. This Catholic brainwashing cult system has you constantly buying these things when you're shitting them into a water treatment plant. This is a closed system. Needs nothing whatsoever. They've separated you from it, and now everything, they're selling you everything that was just free. But these guys are going to take up calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, nitrogen, and all kinds of other stuff, and then all these trillions of microorganisms, because they do the same amazing jobs inside the soil, then they do the same amazing jobs in the tree, And then in interacting and caring for the tree and in eating the food from the tree, we now receive the microorganisms. More come back than left. More come back than left. They know how to maintain the correct amount of each species to make your serotonin, to make your dopamine, to make your nitric oxide, to make your happiness, to make your contentment, to make your sex. There's literally 1,000 species doing 1,000 different jobs. One's making the lubricant in your joints. Another one is making the liquid inside of your cranium that needs to be swapped out 100% every single day. And right now is not. Your brain is sitting in waste. You're feeling anxiety all of the time. Your doctor is saying, here, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. You don't need to buy anything. All of that was being done perfectly right here, guys. More than anything, though, once we get these back, once there's a sufficient number of microorganisms coming back, your body switches its prime decision. First, to live, and second, to procreate. You're not going to be able to overcome this confidence. You're not going to be able to buy some self-help. Here's how to win friends and win businesses. There's a voice inside of you. And once you see the voice, now you can just conjure up, I'm a rich guy, I'm a real rich guy. I'm a famous basketball player. Once you see the voice inside of your head, it's not you. Now you can just decide you're a famous movie star and just say it, and you'll be a famous movie star. You won't just keep buying $60 books because it doesn't work over and over and over. You guys are super consumers. We don't need to look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm pretty and I'm everything the girls want. I'm everything the girls want. And now this just comes true. That's stupid. Trying to work out until we're thin people. I know thousands of people that are trying to do this. They're fighting against their own body. They're saying, I'm starving myself and I'm the exact same shape. I can starve myself and lose weight for 2 weeks, and somehow my body figures out how to put that exact same weight on because that's your genetic expression. You cannot change your genetic expression by will force. I'm going to squeeze. You have to change the prime decisions. If your body has decided not to attract the opposite sex, and you're saying, hey, I'm just going to do sit-ups until I'm a real thin guy, and then girls are going to come over here and say, wow, there's a real thin guy. That's not how that works. You're going from the wrong end. The body makes the prime decision. We have the GLP-1s coming in here naturally, never ending. And now, your body chooses to be thin without you working out or starving yourself. Because now, the genetic communication is, it's time to attract ladies. And you're going to see everything change from head to toe without having to buy any stupid DVDs or books or get involved with yet another cult. These are just cults. We have awareness cults. The ones that are saying, once you see the voice inside your head, now you're God. You were always God. Ooh. I think we killed it, guys. I think we killed it. The idea you have been fed inside of this cult of confidence. We're not just saying, yeah, I don't have it, but I'm going to try to fool everybody. We got to get back in this system. We got to get these microorganisms getting back in us. Confidence is something that we make chemically inside of us. Calm, content, happy, full of endorphins, enjoying exercise, enjoying life, loving food. These are things that attract the opposite sex. These are things we can't fake, people. These are chemicals that are not inside of you, but that we can get inside of you easily. That's our show for today, folks. You guys are super important to me. I'm gonna do this again real soon, guys.